girl.
Hey, what's up, my snoopers? It's your girl, Tony Michelle, aka Phatgyrlsnoop, and I'm just here to do my recap of the most recent episode of the Cartel Crew, Season 3, Episode 5, What's the Tea? So let's get into this recap, shall we? So it started with I'm gonna let you guys know what I believe and what I don't believe in this most recent episode. So here is one of the things that I do believe, okay, Miss Ali. I do believe that if the producer and Tattoo Baby did not intervene with Stephanie here, she would have whooped that ass, okay? She would have dug her foot up in your ass. She would have beat the brakes off of you, girl. So you need to thank not only the producers, but to thank Tattoo Baby for actually, stepping in the middle, trying to be the calm Steph down. So in case you don't remember, why are these two fighting, right? These two are fighting because Ali. This is Ali. She is actually Nicole's best friend. A few years back, I believe it was like season 1, or it might possibly have been season 2, but definitely before COVID. Okay, I do know that because they had to basically stop production because of the whole COVID thing. But they had a little segment where Ali was sitting down with Nicole, her bestie, and they were talking, and then she tells Nicole that, hey, I heard some things about Nicole's dad, because when Nicole's dad was in that life, like he was in that cart life, some type of way. And he did his time. He came out, minded his own business. His daughter's on some kind of reality show, so he gets dragged in. So Ali is telling Nicole, like, hey, I heard some things about your dad. About Steph's dad, and I heard that he is a snitch. Now, if you're, I don't know if you're in that street life, but I'm not saying I was in that street life either, but I do know some things. And what I do know is if you get called a snitch out in these streets, that could open up a whole nother can of worms. So, but what we didn't know is after that episode aired, that Steph's dad, saw it, like the whole world saw it, and he pretty much, went off the grid, and he stopped talking to his daughter, which infuriated Steph. And, when it comes to family, she's like, hey, you want to step in my family, say all these things, all these accusations, then, it's on sight when I see you. So I guess, with the pandemic and all that, they haven't really, gotten together until Nicole decides to take it upon herself to throw some kind of like kumbaya or whatever, because she was going through a lot. We learned that she had a miscarriage. So she decided to have this kumbaya. She invited, of course, her best friend, Ali, but also invited Stephanie, okay? But did not tell Stephanie that Ali was coming. And I'm sure production had a lot to do with that too, because they love some good TV. So no one told Stephanie that Ali was gonna like pop up. So fast forward to this season's kumbaya moment. Ali shows up, and Stephanie just sees red, like she is like seeing red. So she tries to actually walk away, because she didn't want to ruin Nicole's little shindig. So she decided she wanted to walk away. And then Tattoo Baby runs behind her like, no, no, no. Stay. She's trying to apologize. And Steph was like, no, bump that. You talked about my dad. You saying he's a snitch. In this kind of life, we could get killed. I could get killed. My mom could get killed. Anywhere my family members could get killed. She's like, I would never be cool with this broad, this and that. She didn't say, bro, I'm just making it clean for you. So she runs. She's trying to leave the house. She gets out the house. Tattoo Baby trying to stop. Like, no. Hear her out. And Steph's like, nah. No, forget that. I don't want to deal with her. And so Tattoo Baby was like, just hear her out. So Steph was like, okay, well, since you want me to hear her out, okay, you want me to act stupid? I'm going to act stupid. You want me to go in there and whoop her ass? I'm about to whoop her ass. So Steph starts to charge upstairs, right? She starts charging upstairs. Now, all of a sudden, everybody starts to try to get in her way. So she makes her way into the house. She goes back into the common area where everybody's at. She takes a vase and she throws it into the crowd of girls trying to hit Ali, and was like, I would never be cool with you. I would never be cool with you. This and that, whatever. So now they want to get Stephanie out the house, okay? After the girl was trying to leave, trying to be the bigger person, trying to leave, now y'all want to get her out the house. So the producers, excuse me, Stephanie's trying to get to her car. The producer comes out and was like, you need to hear her out. She came to apologize and this and that. And Tattoo Baby was like, yeah, just hear her out. So Steph was like, well, I'll hear her out, stand next to my car. And here she is by her car. So Ali comes out and she was like, I apologize. I had no right to say that to Nicole on camera. I should have told her afterwards, or outside of the cameras. I shouldn't said it on cameras. And look, this is what I think, okay? Because this is why I think that Ali, you deserve an ass whooping. You deserve for Steph to fight you a fair one, okay? Because you wasn't even sincere about your apology, okay? Notice that I said that she said that she wasn't sorry for saying that rumor about Steph's dad, okay? She said she was just sorry that she said it on camera. So because you're willing to still spread rumors about my family, oh yes, sis, you owe me a fair one. Steph, she owes you a fair one, for sure. On camera, off camera, it don't matter. She owes you a fair one. Now here is and I just feel like that at the end of the day, Ali just shows that you're thirsty. You're so thirsty for camera time. You are not part of the Cartel crew. You are a friend of a member of a cast member of the Cartel crew, sis. Know your place. And that's all I have to say on that. All right. So let's get to some other ish. Okay. Let's get these chicks off the screen. All right. Dyanna. I'm just going to say, I do not believe you. Okay. So she sits down with Tattoo Baby and they're talking about the fight. And during the fight, when Steph threw the glass into the crowd of girls, allegedly Dyanna, this lady, she got cut, right, with the vase. And so she decides, we didn't see that part. All we saw was her, basically in Stephanie's face, like, what are you doing? I guess, because she threw the vase, towards them or whatever. So Tattoo Baby was like, I don't even understand why you even jumped in the fight. Like, you should have just, stayed in your place, like everybody else. Like, stay away from Stephanie. Let Stephanie, Stephanie, her energy wasn't towards you. Her energy was at Ali. Why did you feel like you had to, like, step in it? So this is why I don't believe that you got cut, okay? You didn't get cut, Dyanna, because the first thing that came out your mouth when Tattoo Baby asked you, what the hell were you thinking about getting in front of Steph? You came out your mouth and said, oh, I was just trying to calm her down. So Tattoo Baby was like, well, I guess I believe that, but I still don't understand why did you jump in the middle of everything? And then, I guess, she was like, saw a Tattoo Baby side eye, like how we were side eyeing her, like, why did you jump in? To me, my 2 cents is she jumped in for more camera time. But no. Dyanna had a better explanation for it. She says that she got cut, and when she saw the blood on her hand, on her finger was bleeding, that she saw red and she wanted to beat Steph's ass. And I highly doubt that was the case. And I'm just going to leave that right there, because I don't know about y'all, but if I cut my pretty little finger, okay, with my wonderful manicure, okay, my wonderful nails, okay, you think I'm going to run towards the danger? Danger! Get on the floor. No, I'm running to a the on-site paramedic, okay? That's just me. So that's why I do not believe that she actually got cut. She just wants to be in the mix. But there are some more things that I want to talk about when it comes to this girl, but I'm going to wait till later on to bring that up. So let's move on to my favorite couple. At last, Marie has signed the prenup. Listen, this is, quiet as kept. I know that Marie signed this prenup once and for all because A, she loves Mr. Michael Blanco. And B, I'm sure that she went over that prenup with a fine-tooth comb. And I know that if something were to happen, but I don't see anything happen with this couple, that, he's going to take care of her. And I really believe that Mike will take care of her because, he really, really loves her. And I could just see it when they talk to each other. I know at first she was pissed off about the prenup, but, me personally, like, I've never had to sign a prenup because, I ain't no millionaire. But if I did, I would, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Or if I marry a millionaire, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Hell, as long as you, look out for the sister, if anything was to happen, But so that was some good news on that. So yeah, she finally signed the prenup. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And some more good news about what happened on the show was that we finally got to see all the guys get together, and instead of them concentrating on their past life in the cart life, we actually got to see the guys actually talk about them actually trying to live right. And I thought like that was cool, and, I do believe that when it comes to Mike, when it comes to Eddie, and when it comes to Magic's, who I'm sorry, he's not pictured at this scene. He is so fine, girls. If you just Google him, it's just something about him, how he talks and stuff. I mean, I'm not into short guys, but Magic. But it was so good that we got to hear about Eddie wanting to expunge his records. He's really trying hard to expunge his records and, move on with his life with his new girlfriend and his son that he has with Tattoo Baby. Like, in my head, it's like, I watch his TikTok videos with his new girlfriend, but like in my head, like I just see tattoo baby. I'm sorry, Eddie, but I do. I just love. They're just like they just look so cute together. But I know tattoo baby is like over that. But anyways, so not only did we hear about Eddie changing his life by expunging his records or trying to start the process, we also heard that Magix is actually trying to expunge his records as well. And I think it's real cool seeing these men come from the jailhouse to the bank house. You know what I'm saying? To the, doing the jail roll to getting them bank rolls. You know what I'm saying? And it just and they're doing as far as Mike and Magix, basically the same thing that they got jailed for. They actually do it legally, by selling the greenery. Sometimes I wish I lived in damn California. Uh, so yeah. So it was cool seeing them, doing their thing, talking positive and, trying to get their life together. So that was pretty cool. So best of luck, Eddie and Magix. I hope you're able to, get your life together. But yeah. Also, I learned that Michael Blanco. Now you see how I got that X when I say Blanco. You can't help it when you watch the show. You're like, Michael Blanco. Okay, so his mom was Griselda Blanco. She was that. She was known for being that the most notorious female drug lord of them all. So that's the son. That's the son that the dad tried to kid. Remember in the movie, I'm sure this is his life. That his dad tried to like take him, to like the not Colombia. Oh my gosh, where are they from? Was it Cuba? But he tried to take his son away from his mother, and then his mother found him and got the dad killed, allegedly. Yeah. So but what I did know about him is that because of his mother and what she did, and combined with what he did, that he would never be an American citizen. That when it comes to his working papers, he has to get it done every year. He would. I don't believe he's able to have a driver's license. Correct me if I'm wrong. If he did, I don't think it's an extended driver's license. Like he has to like he is on papers for life. And we learned at that episode that he can't even travel outside of I guess. I don't even know how that works because he said he's not an American citizen, but then he says that he can't travel outside of outside of where he's at. So I don't know how that works. But yeah, I had no idea. But he says it not only is in the combination of what he did, but it's also in the combination of like what his mom did. So that was interesting to know about that. All right, so let's move on to another person who I just adore. Salmon, aka Betty. Now, this is what I do believe about Betty. This is Betty right here. She is so pretty, okay? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, I do believe, Betty, in case you listening to my little podcast, that you are going to be some type of mentor, some type of, gun violence advocate. I mean, something, because the way that you spoke to Dyanna's girls. Now, Dyanna invited her over because her daughter, I believe her name is like Mariah Lynn. She is so beautiful. So Mariah Lynn posted a picture on social media of her and her friends and acquaintances, and the acquaintances had guns like pointing to their heads. And as a cart member, that would make a person go ballistic. So Betty here, her sister recently died from gun violence, and Dyanna actually invited her over to her house to speak with her daughter. And when I said that the way that you spoke to that little girl, I mean, it was just so classy, so superb. I could see you speaking at schools. I could see you speaking at conventions. I could see you speaking at Congress. Okay. I mean, you, you made a believer out of me. Okay. That you are just not just a pretty face. And, I really enjoyed that touching moment with her and the kids. Now, another positive thing that I thought was like super cute was like the girl surprised Marie with, a bridal tea. And instead of a bridal shower, it was a bridal tea, and some tea got spilled. Okay, so let's start into it. Okay, now before we get into this, fans had some things to say really since the season has begun about a certain elephant in the room. And believe me, when I say she is no elephant, she is no elephant. And I'm talking about Nicole. Wait, you guys gotta see the boobs. Hold on. Oh gosh. Oh, you guys can't see it. Well, you can't see it, but she has some great boobs. Okay, if I had the money, I'll definitely get me some of those boobs. But anyways, so the fans were like, Nicole looks a little different, much, don't she? Now we all know that Nicole has definitely talked about her flaws, or the flaws that, she sees in herself when she looks in the mirror. So she does not hide the fact that she has had plastic surgery. She actually definitely boasts about it. But fans are thinking that maybe Nicole has just gone just a little bit too far with the surgery. Yeah, she definitely... I mean, who's to say, right? Who's to say? But yeah. I mean, this face that I captured, it doesn't make it any better. But Nicole, I just feel like you're so pretty. Why? Abort. No more, Nicole. No more. No more. No more. Somebody needs to intervene. Seriously. I mean, to me, she was beautiful. Wasn't she beautiful? She was gorgeous. I mean, not saying she's not gorgeous now, but she was gorgeous then. I honestly, Nicole, I didn't see any need for the lips. Your lips was beautiful just the way they were. But anyways, let's move on to this tea, honey. With some tea was dropped. Okay, so we thinking everything was good. Okay, everything was good. The girls, they got together. Stephanie actually apologized. Not only apologized to Nicole for ruining her event previously, but she also apologized to Dyanna. And so we thought everything was at the kumbaya, right? Well, Dyanna decides that she was going to drop the bomb okay, so we found out that she is a bridesmaid at Marie's wedding. Okay. Now, during this bridal tea, Dyanna drops the tea that her boyfriend said that she was not allowed to walk anyone down the aisle as a bridesmaid because he didn't want to be embarrassed. He didn't want her to embarrass him in these streets by being, locked on with another man walking down the aisle. But my question to you is, she's like, I gotta listen to my man. I gotta stand beside him. Yep, that's it. I gotta stand beside him. But I guess him telling the whole world that he wants to sell drugs again, I guess that's not embarrassing. Him saying that on national TV that he wants to sell drugs again. I guess that's not embarrassing, right? So yeah. So, Dyanna was telling the girls, like, yeah, like, he said that I can't walk anyone down the aisle, that I have to walk down there alone. Okay, sis. Okay. So after Marie tells all the bridesmaids she told all the girls that the bridesmaids and the groomsmen were actually all staying up under one roof, for the wedding festivities. And then Dyanna has the audacity to say again, like, oh, no. Castro, he ain't gonna have that. He ain't gonna have me staying up under me being with under a roof with only single men. Correction, honey, they're not going to be just single men in there. Your concentration was on Magic's and the little fling that y'all had like a season or two ago. I mean, that little tiny fling. Okay, and we all know that Magic's, at the end of the day, he's not checking for you, sis. Max is not checking for you at all, sis. Now, okay, so then you go on to say that you're going to stick by your man and his request because you don't want that static at home, because things are going so good. He gets along with your kids so well. I mean, maybe that's because he's almost the same age as your kids. Maybe? Kinda? PlayStation age? Playing the game? Why you out here making these VH1 checks? Because don't forget, he said he wants to go back to sell drugs. So imagine how much he cares about your kids. Allegedly. Now this is just my opinion, and we all have one. It's just my 2 cents. That's why I'm here. We all have one. Now, if I was dating a guy, and the guy and I is supposed to be a bridesmaid at a wedding, and he tells me that I cannot walk down the aisle. First of all, where the ring at? First of all, because I mean, if there was going to be some type of request, it has to come from a husband. That's if I was to consider it. Not no boy toy I just start dating a few months back. And that's just, just my opinion. And if he was a real man, Dyanna, again, this is just my opinion. If he was a real man, then it wouldn't matter who you walk down that aisle with, as long as you bring that ass back home. You know what I'm saying? To me, it wouldn't matter what you do during the day, as long as you come back to me. I mean, how can he have any say about who you're supposed to walk down the aisle with when he hasn't even walked your ass down that aisle, sis? You don't even have Like nothing, sis. No type of commitment, sis. Back to the streets, back to the streets, da 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 da. Back to the streets, back to the streets, da 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 da. I say it's ass to the streets, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Come on, girl. You can't be serious. I'm just saying. I mean, that's what real boss men do. No real boss man would say no ish like that. Talk about you can't walk down the aisle at your friend's wedding. If you do, it has to be by yourself. Man, if you don't F out of here with that. Okay. And another thing, Tattoo Baby, I love you. I love you. I'm rooting for you, girl. I love your work. I follow you on Instagram. I follow you all over. I love you. But the one thing I do not believe, Tattoo Baby, is that you, as Marie's best friend, that you had no idea that Eddie was going to be one of the groomsmen, and you act like that you just realized that when she told you that in front of the cameras. I don't buy that for a minute. You were dating Eddie while you was Marie's friend, and I'm sure that you know the relationship that Eddie has with Mike. So you absolutely knew that Eddie was going to be one of Mike's groomsmen. Who else would it be? Come on, Tattoo Baby, you're not fooling nobody. Okay, so that's the shenanigans that happened with that. Now towards the end, and this is why I named that title. He said what he said. Okay, so Marie and Mike meet up to talk about wedding plans. So she, tells Mike about all the stuff that was going on at the bridal tea, about how Tattoo Baby had an issue with Eddie being one of the groomsmen, and Mike was just like, get over it. It is what it is. That's my groomsman. It's my wedding. I do what I want. Okay. And so Marie was like, well, and Dyanna's mans had a little problem with the fact that she was one of my bridesmaids, and he said that she's not allowed to walk with anybody down the aisle. So then Mike is like, huh? And then she was like, yeah. And then he also had a problem with her staying with he had a problem with her staying with me and the rest of the bridesmaids, at all of the casa that we're going to have on our wedding weekend. And he basically said that if she goes, I go. And Mike was like, huh? And she said, yeah. And he was like, you know what? He was like, check this out, okay? Number one, I don't know this guy. Number two, I know what kind of men that Dyanna attracts. Shade. 3, I'm not going to let anybody jeopardize my friend Eddie's freedom because he's trying to get his life together. And I'm not going to let nobody get in the way of that. D, this dude not staying nowhere where I'm staying because I don't know this cat, and I don't trust this cat, and my circle is small, and he ain't staying under my roof. So you could cancel that idea. E, who is Dyanna supposed to be basically telling us what she wants for our wedding? I think I lost track, but I want to say F for he don't have to F and come at the end of the day, and neither does she. And like I said, that's why I titled this, He Said What He Said. And this is why I really feel like that Mike is about that life. And he's basically like, this is my wedding. I do what I want, and basically she don't gotta come, to be perfectly honest with you. And I agree, Mike. So, that's why I titled it, He Said What the F He Said. Now, let me know what you guys think, okay? If this was your, and he also said that he does not only does he not deal with demands, he damn sure don't deal with threats. And he feels like a demand is at the same weight as a threat. And the Blancos don't do threats. So he was like, deuces, And so Marie was like, okay, well, I just have to tell her that she might have to stay somewhere else. That's right. I mean, who are you? You're not even a demands. What? Well, that is my time for today, my Snoopers. Let me know what you think about this episode. Am I the only one that is proud of Steph's becoming? And is Dyanna doing too much with her boy toy? And would you allow, if you was having a wedding, would you allow people to come up with these demands and tell you how to do things and who to invite and this and that and blah blah blah, or would you tell them like Mike and you would say, just kick the hell on, kick rocks. Yeah, it's above me now. Your services are no longer needed. I will pull a damn Shawnee O'Neal. Your service is no longer needed. Now, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until then, my Snoopers, it's PHAT as in pretty, hot, and tempting. Bye for now.